this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to infinity and beyond. We are doing Buzz Lightyear today, if you're not familiar with that phrase. And I've been waiting a long time to say that. I don't think I said it in the video. I'm doing the intro after I did the video, so so I had to make sure I got it in. This is a really fun layout and it goes together pretty easily, so I'm hoping that it's a good one for you and it will inspire you to do something similar in your albums. Let's check out my workspace and we'll get started. Alright, so this is my workspace for today, and we are continuing to get to trundle along towards the end of our trip to Disneyland. We're getting very close now, but we do have still a couple of more months worth of videos for you, so we're not there yet. I wanted to mention something really quick from my last video, which was this, you'll recall, was this layout from the Carnation restaurant there on Main Street at Disneyland. And we made this canopy border that went across the top here and used some Echo Park snack paper. I noticed as I was looking for embellishments for the layout we're going to do today that the new Creative Memories Adventure Park collection, and it is called Adventure Park, the Adventure Park collection. If you are into the food at your theme parks when you visit, the Adventure Park collection embellishments are going to be great for you, for your layouts. There are some really cute ones in there, so don't miss that if you haven't already looked at it. Today, we are going to cover Buzz Lightyear. Oh, Buzz Lightyear. You can't go to Disneyland without experiencing something from the Toy Story world, right? And so we made sure to stop and go on this ride before Saturday was over. And mostly because we all like to shoot blasters, right? Yes, we do. Just nod your head and admit it. Okay, so this is just going to be a fun layout. Hopefully it'll come together pretty quickly. I have 2 sheets of double-sided designer papers from the Adventure Parks collection. This one with all the multicolored stars on it, and then this one which is a yellow kind of checkerboard paper. Then I have multiple sheets of our Parakeet Shimmer, which I'm going to use to matte some of these photos. I also pulled 2 of my punches that are star related because it's Buzz Lightyear. We need lots of bling. Okay, we're going to get started and do, this is, I hope, going to come together very, very quickly. This should not be a long, involved video like our last one was. Let me just set these my blank pages to the side so that we can just focus on these for a minute. I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to take this blue paper right here and I'm going to cut this. Now I toyed with just cutting it in half. I thought maybe cutting it in half would be appropriate, but then I thought, well, no, I think maybe what I'm going to do is do a 5-inch border right across the middle of each of my pages. So I'm going to cut this, and it is a bit directional. Note the back with the wavy lines coming across. So I'm cutting with the wavy lines. The wavy lines come across this way. Okay, so I'm going to cut, and that does matter. The directionality of your paper does matter. So 5 inches, there's one piece. Then I'm going to cut another one at 5 inches. Okay, so there's for both sides of our layout. Then the rest of this is a 2-inch piece. So I'm just going to take this and cut this in half. Actually, I'm going to do 4 half-inch pieces. Okay. All right, so that's all we need our trimmer for this time around. Until until we get to matting our photos, then we will need it again. I should qualify that. Okay, now I'm going to take these two punches, and I'm going to punch a variety of these pieces. But I wanted to try to get a sense of their width so that I know how wide of a piece to make. It's about, that one's roughly 2 inches, and I would say this one is probably 2 inches as well. So I'm gonna pull my trimmer back out. Sorry, I lied. And I'm going to just punch some strips because I think it'll make punching these easier on my hands and my fingers. So I'm just going to punch two 2-inch strips for right now, and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll come back and do some more because we'll need some more, I think. All right. So I'm just going to come in here, and I love this punch for a number of reasons, but mostly because watch what happens when we punch with this. Let's see, I think I can do it this way so I can see. Yeah. So we get that star and we get that star. Cool. 2 for the price of 1. Okay. So I'm going to just go through here and make as many of these as I can, because I'm actually going to use them to create or to accent the edges of what I'm adding to my page. It's not going to be a border exactly, although it might end up looking like one by the time we're done. It depends on how many of these we get. Did that fall out? I think it must have. I don't see it in there. Depends on how many of these we decide to add, but so it might start looking like it's a border, but okay. So 2 inches actually might have been a little bit too much, but it is a little bit hard to judge sometimes. Let me use this one and we'll see how this one works out. This is the shooting star punch from, and I think this was from old CM. I've had this a long time, and it is fantastic when it comes to doing any kind of a layout that has to do with the sky, the night sky. Or in our case, galaxies far, far away. So I'm just going to punch a bunch of these shooting stars. Let's see where we get with that. We are going to need some more, but we'll start with this. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot those to the edge, grab my, let's grab the right side of our page. I'm going to grab some adhesive. I'm going to put it in my 5 favorite spots, in the corners, in the middle, and in between each of all of those. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right here to the center of center jeeping, and I'm going to do my best to center it between the hinges that we see. Just eyeball it. You don't have to worry about making it exactly perfect. Just eyeballing it is fine. Then I'm going to take 2 of these 1/2-inch strips that we made, and I'm going to use my repositionable adhesive and put the repositionable adhesive in about 5 spots down. Then this is going to go on the top edge and the bottom edge. Like that. Then I'm going to take a bunch of these stars, and first of all I'm going to just grab some of my shooting stars and kind of place them in a variety of spots. Let's move this guy. Add the bigger stars first. The smaller stars can fill in the smaller gaps. Alright, so like that. Now I'm not going to glue these down just yet because I want to see exactly which ones are going to show with the photos that I'm going to put on this page. But this is basically how we're going to decorate this page. And then I've got a bunch of extra smaller stars that we can add in other places. If I'm going to cover up most of the punch star, I probably don't need to put it there, right? It's just kind of a waste. So that's why I'm going to wait and not adhere these just yet. Let me go ahead and put the other page, the other side of the layout together, and then lay my photos on here, and we'll figure out from there what comes next. Okay, so here is my other page. Alright, now just so that they are even, I'm going to match my pages up so that I can see where this piece needs to go. Because even if this is not perfectly center, and since I didn't measure, I just eyeballed it, right? It could easily be off. But as long as it's the same as the side that's facing it, it's the other side, then it won't be as noticeable if it is off a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to put our 1/2-inch pieces on. Always touch each end and then sort of suck in the center. Let me show you what I mean. I'll turn this around because it's easier for me to do when it's farther away from me. But I find the middle of the layout. So in this case, this is the center. And I touch that side down. Then I touch the other side down over here. And then I reach in here with my fingers and just sort of pull this towards the other paper so that when I push it down, you cannot see a gap. All right. So now let's check out, obviously it looks like we're going to need to punch more stars. Let's see where the photos are going to go, and we'll figure that out. Okay, so we've got this one, and we've got this one. This one's a little bit sideways, so we could maybe turn it just a little. Maybe make it go off the page. I haven't done that for a while. We could do that. Okay, then I've got these that are going to go across the bottom from all of our waiting in line experience. Okay, Not a lot of stars will show through there, so I don't think we're going to need to worry about adding stars to that bottom row, but maybe to the top. Then I've got this one, which is going to go up here, this one which will go down here, and this one which will go in the middle. Again, we're covering up a lot, so that's why I wanted to try and see about what actually needed to be on the page and what didn't. These two are almost the same photo, so I'm kind of really debating about whether we need both of them. I think we probably don't, because the scores really aren't critical to our experience, right? It was just fun that we had pictures of that. I'm going to take just a little bit off of this so that it fits a little bit better in through here. And now I'm going to figure out if I was to matte photos, what would I want to do? I think I would probably, it probably would be easiest if I just put a whole strip of green behind these, and maybe it would be easier if I put a strip of green behind those. Maybe I don't need to matte these down here. I could matte these. I could matte this, very, very thin matte. I could matte this one. All right, a plan is coming together here. Let's see. Let's cut mattes, and then we'll talk about and arrange our stars. All right, so let me grab my trimmer, scoot a couple things out of the way here. All right, so I need just a whole piece, I think, and so we'll just pull all of the stars from behind there. We'll pull out. Those are 6 inches wide, so I'm going to need a piece of shimmer paper that is probably at least 6 1/4. I don't think I want to go wider than that. So I'm going to use my arm just to measure. Maybe we'll go 6 3/8, which is just a hair more than 6 1/4. And then that way I can mount all 3 of those photos on here, and I think that will work. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then I need a piece that's going to be 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. So we're going to go 4 1/2 here and 6 1/2 here. Whoop. Oop, that one almost is already 6 1/2. Good deal. All right, so that's that photo there. I need one more for this guy. So let's trim my holly punch scraps off the edge here. Oop. Probably needed to give that a skosh more. Just a tiny bit. Get the dents. Okay. Let me check the size on this photo because I did do some trimming on it. So let's see. This one is 5 5/8. So if we did a 6 inch, 6 by 4 1/4, 6 by 4, and let's see. We'll do 6. 4 3/8. And then that should be even all the way around. Okay, we'll see. Let's see if my math was right. Not bad, a little bit too wide over here. I think I'm going to take a little bit off of that. Just to even that up just a little. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these photos to their mats, and then we'll move a few things around here. All right. So let's see. We'll pull off these that were obviously going to be not seen. We may tuck a few more back underneath, but we'll start there. All right, and let's go ahead and adhere these photos on. Okay. And I think I'm going to go all the way to the edge with this. Yep, all the way to the jeeping. All the way there. This guy. This guy is going to end up overlapping. Oh, I put those pictures on upside down. Drat. My bad. Let's fix that before I get too far along here. How many of you were yelling at me and I didn't hear you to tell me that I had put this on upside down? All right. There we go. Much better. Much better. I knew something was hinky with that. Okay. This, as I was saying, is going to be a little bit if we cover up all of the blue. I don't know if I want to cover up all the blue. That's kind of sad. I don't want to cover up all of the blue, so let's not let that sit there too long. Let's see. So it's going to be the top or the bottom. Maybe we should put it on the top, and that way we can kind of do some embellishments, maybe a few more embellishments towards the bottom. All right, so all these cute little stars that we had cut or punched, and now we're essentially not using very many of them. Well, I'm going to fix that. We'll add them back. No worries. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get these photos secured, and I'm adding these about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And actually, I'm going to pop this one up just a little bit. This one we're going to end up cutting the edges on, and okay, this one is going to get tucked underneath the corner of this one. And we'll keep it about 1/4 of an inch from the top of these photos. Okay, let me grab my scissors and we'll get these trimmed up. This one's really easy because we just take our scissors, flip our page upside down, and trim the edge off, right? So that one's really simple. Except I lost my adhesive when I did that, so we'll adhere that top edge again. Alright, then what I'm going to do is grab my zero centering ruler, or any kind of hard ruler will do, and you need a really sharp pair of scissors. So I always reach for my for either an X-Acto knife or my precision cut scissors. Now you want to be really careful when you do this because you don't want to cut through your page. You only want to cut through the print, the photo print. But I'm just running the tip of that blade right along the edge of my ruler. I place the ruler right along the edge of the jeeping, and then that gives me an edge to be able to follow with the blade of the scissors. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side before we get to adding the rest of those punched stars. So I'm putting my ruler, let me see if I can make it so you can see this a little better. It's kind of far over on the side of what my camera is getting. Alright, so I'm putting my zero centering ruler right up along the edge of the jeeping. Okay, you can see how the photo sticks out beyond that. So I'm just using the tip of my scissors that's sharp and running it right along where that photo is located. I'm going to go up and down probably 2 or 3 times and maybe even bend it just a little bit. This one is cut down here at the bottom, but not as much up here where I had 2 layers to go through. So I'm going to do it again. And the key is you just do just enough pressure to get through the photo or the paper that you're trying to trim, and not to cut through your page. Okay? So it can be a little bit tricky, a little bit tedious. You can see I've left a white line there, which isn't really the best. I may go back with a little bit of a black marker and just darken that up just so it's not as noticeable, or maybe a blue marker since this is blue. Alright, so at any rate, now we don't have that hanging over, so now we can come back in with our repositionable adhesive and go ahead and adhere our stars along our edges. Did I lose one? I must have scooted it somewhere. Maybe it came back here. Okay, so we'll go like that for now. Then we'll come back over here to this side and let's add a shooting star to that area. Then we can add a shooting star under here. Okay, so there's those. And we can come back in and add 2 all of this by adding actually that one I want to pop up. That one's a solid. Just add the rest of these in. So we really didn't need to punch anymore, but we've got plenty of stars because of where our photos ended up, right? And then I'm just going to use the rest of these stars that we did punch as my embellishments, and they're going to just kind of go in clusters kind of around my page. You can add other embellishments if you so choose, of course. I should look and see if there's anything that I really feel like I need. You could add some glitter stars. I think that would be really a nice touch on a page like this. We've got, I pulled a couple of the embellishments that go along with this collection out. There's this beautiful big open star. Lots of funness. Can't wait, can't miss this. More fun, and Mickey fingers, which are fun. I think I'm trying to think where I'm going to put a title. If I'm going to put a title on this, I could write blasting. You could do Buzz Lightyear's blasters right here, maybe. I'll have to think about that one a little bit more, but I think that's probably what I would do. And then probably just pop up a few more of these more solid stars. Oh, I have to take the back off, Kim. To create the rest of that. Kind of border that we did. We could even take one of these and add it inside there. That's kind of cute. All right, so journaling would go down here. I would use a white pen. I would really love it if CM would come out with a white pen, but so far, nope, that hasn't been a thing. So maybe they're not able to get them to be archival quality. I don't know, but that sure would be fun if they would come out with a white pen for us. All right, well, let me know what you think about this particular layout. I always love to see your comments, and I try really hard to make sure that I reply because I do appreciate you taking the time to comment. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Have a great day.